You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Oh, Red.
Don't be ridiculous, darling. It's Mo on the movies.
Kiss me.
Not a chance.
KFI, Mr. Mo Kelly. It's Later with Mo Kelly, live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. We were really late last segment. Let me just introduce our guest, Mr. Chris Woolsey of Vizio TV. Chris, it's good to see you again. Sir, how are you?
I am well. It is good to be seen by you.
You have some great offerings. Let's remind everyone about the Watch Free Plus app very quickly.
Yes. So if you have a Vizio TV, you just need to turn it on, go down to Watch Free Plus, click on it. You can watch over 300 live streaming channels or tens of thousands of on-demand movies and TV shows absolutely free.
You said free, right?
Free is what I said.
All right.
Absolutely. And if you don't have a Vizio, that is the proper response. Well done. If you don't have a Vizio TV, do not worry. All you have to do is go to the App Store, download the free Vizio mobile app to your favorite mobile device, create a free Vizio account, and you too are off to the races, and you can watch over 300 live streaming channels with tons of free entertainment.
We wanted to start you off there, so when we talk about these titles, which are available right now for you to watch for free, you know exactly where to go get them.
Exactly.
Okay. You have some sci-fi and some action offerings. You have me at sci-fi. I love sci-fi. I love action, but I particularly love sci-fi. What is the Watch Free Plus app featuring this week?
We've got a ton of great sci-fi. We figured, May the 4th is coming up. May the 4th be with you.
Yep.
So we thought it was appropriate that we should handpick a few amazing sci-fi titles to talk about tonight. One of my favorite directors is the 2013 Snowpiercer.
I really like that movie, but I'm not a fan of the TV show.
I didn't watch the TV show. I've only seen the movie.
Don't. Just stay with the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, the movie's phenomenal, directed by Bong Joon-ho, who obviously wrote and directed Parasite. He's the toast of Hollywood at the moment. And Snowpiercer, played by starring Chris Evans, Tilda Swinton, Ed Harris, John Hurt.
Oh, it's a hell of a cast.
Great cast.
I don't know if you could have that same cast together today and afford them.
I agree. I think it was a little bit of lightning in the bottle.
Yeah.
And it's such a cool conceit too. It's a train that perpetually circles the globe, holding what remains of humanity after an apocalyptic shift in the world's temperature has turned the Earth into an icebox.
And they have different cars relative to status in society.
Yes.
That's the way I can describe it.
Yes. And that's kind of an ongoing theme with Bong Joon-ho, with most of those movies, especially like Parasite.
Yep.
Yep. For sure.
Look, I just knew I lost it. And I don't want to give it away for those people who haven't seen it. All I can say is crickets. That's all I'm going to say.
That's it. Yeah, that's all you have to say.
All I know is
If you know, you know.
Yes.
If you know, you know.
Anyhow, what else you got?
So we have, this movie is just, it's such a crazy film. 2001's Donnie Darko.
Another good one.
This movie may have more subreddits than any movie in history. It has this insane cult following. It was not successful in the original box office.
It's not.
But since then, it has amassed this legion of fans. And if you go and just Google it on the internet, there are whole hundreds of web pages built about every aspect of this film. What did this mean? Who is this guy? Why was he eating an ice cream cone? Like, there's just all these crazy things, but I was trying to explain to somebody the other day, and I said, if you've never done hard drugs, and I hope you haven't, you don't need to. Just watch Donnie Darko, and you will have probably a very similar experience.
This is what I love about streaming specifically, because you can have a movie which underperformed at the box office, but people find movies at different points in history. You may not find it when it first comes out, but you may find it 5 or 10 years later. It could be a different generation. It could be your son who may find it. And then they see things in it that we didn't originally see or value at the time when it was in the box office in theaters for all of 6 weeks or whatever it was.
Yes.
And then it just builds this community. I mean, there are movies like Roadhouse, for example. That was not a box office success.
Nope.
People just found it and it just turned into this thing.
And they learned to be nice until it was time not to be nice. Exactly.
I'm sorry. Give me one more before we go to break.
I only bring this one up because it's a great example of sci-fi cheese, and I know you guys love Jean-Claude Van Damme, so I pulled out 1994's Time Cop.
It's weird you pulled this out because I just watched this 2 weeks ago. It holds up.
It does.
It really does.
It does.
Ron Silver, may he rest in peace, is a great villain.
He's always a great villain. He's so eminently hateable in everything.
This movie, unfortunately, I thought was maybe 10 years before its time as far as CGI and special effects.
Correct.
But there's some great moments in this movie where it's like, yeah.
The diesel truck.
Oh. I mean, and I actually was mad at the movie that they put that in the trailer. I would have saved that for just the theaters.
Amen. Yep. And I think this was the first appearance of Jean-Claude Van Damme doing the splits in a movie.
All I'll say is he did it in the kitchen on the counter.
Just so weird.
That's how well I know the movie. It's
yes, you do.
Weird.
Clearly.
But I do love the movie, and I'm against remaking classics and cult classics, but that's a movie I could see being remade with contemporary sensibilities, filmmaking sensibilities, and turn it into a classic.
I'm with you on that. Let's make that happen.
When we come back, let's talk about what else you have. I know you have some action movies that you're featuring on the Watch Free Plus app. As the Associate Director of Communications, Chris Woolsey joins me in studio later with Mo Kelly. And we're live on YouTube. So the movies that we talk about, you can see some of the trailers that we're playing live on YouTube. You don't just have to listen to the show. You can participate in the show. The chat is out of control. I'm quite sure they're still talking about white liquor versus brown liquor. They'll catch up eventually. It's out of control. KFI AM 640 live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Later with Mo Kelly on KFI AM 640.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app and YouTube. Let's continue our conversation with Chris Woolsey, who's the Associate Director of Communications for Vizio TV. We're talking about the Watch Free Plus app, and it's free. Let me say that again. Free movies which are available right now. You can find it on your Vizio TV. You can look. You can tell it better than me. How can they find the Watch Free Plus app again?
Turn on their TV. Go to Watch Free Plus. It's right there on the homepage, and click on that. You're off to the races. Or if you don't own a Vizio TV, go to your favorite app store, download the Vizio app, create a free Vizio account, and click on Watch Free Plus, and again, you are off to the entertainment races.
Let me make it just a little more complicated. Let's say I don't have the wherewithal as far as a smart TV to download it on my TV. Can I download the app on my phone as well?
Yes. So you can download the app on your phone or tablet. And you don't have to actually, if you own a Vizio TV, you don't have to download the app. It's already there. You just have to click on the icon. It's super simple, and you're just running with endless entertainment.
That's good because I have two Vizio TVs at home.
I know you do.
I am actually a believer in this.
You are keeping the lights on, and we
trying.
appreciate you.
Let's get back to it. Last segment, you gave us some sci-fi offerings. You told us about Snowpiercer. Loved it. Donnie Darko. Absolutely. Time Cop. One of my favorites. Let's talk about now action movies that you have on the Vizio Watch Free Plus app.
We have an endless slew of action films on Watch Free Plus. One of my favorites, I was surprised it was even there, or that I didn't know it was there, is the 1991 action classic Point Break.
Whew, you scared me for a moment. I thought you were going to talk about the remake.
Oh, no. No. Only 91. Woo. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, that's a load off my mind.
Yeah.
Because, yes, the 91 with Patrick Swayze, Keanu Reeves, absolutely love that movie. And it's much more character driven than I think people give credit for.
Yes. And part of the reason for that, so directed by Catherine Bigelow, who went on to do Hurt Locker.
Zero Dark 30, I think, as well.
Yeah. Yep. And it was developed by, who do you think? Titanic,
What, James Cameron?
Yes. James Cameron.
I didn't know that.
Helped develop this because he was married to Catherine Bigelow at the time.
Oh, I just knew he was married to Linda Hamilton at one time, wasn't he?
Yes, he was married to Linda Hamilton. He's had a few marriages here and there.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So crazy backstory on that. And then, of course, we had Keanu Reeves, who really hadn't done that much at that time. And people kind of knew him as sort of a doof. In fact, this is so amazing. There is a Point Break stage show where Keanu Reeves' character every night is played by a random audience member that they pull out of the audience.
Get out of here.
Yep.
Really?
I've been to it. It's
Wait,
pretty
you've
cool.
been to it?
Yeah. I got tickets from a friend, and me and my ex went, and it was a lot of fun.
I'll bet. Yeah. So anyway.
Wow. I learned something new.
I know, right? But it's just a great cast. Gary Busey at maybe his most Gary Busey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, before the accident.
Exactly. I've got to tell you a story of some other time off air about me and Gary. I have a random run in that's very fun. So
pre or post his accident?
Post. Very post.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Ooh, I'm real curious now.
But yeah, it's a classic. It is so full of tropes that either they were already tropes beforehand and they crammed as many as they could into the film, or they have become tropes since making Point Break.
It's not a great movie, but it's very entertaining.
It's very entertaining. Absolutely. Yeah. Great.
I didn't believe the ending at all, but that's okay. It's okay.
Nor should you have.
No.
And you didn't care.
No.
Yeah, because you had a good time.
I don't believe that Keanu Reeves' character did all this to just do that at the end.
No, I agree with you. But the funniest part of the whole thing is there's a string of bank robberies in Los Angeles. Let's go infiltrate some surfers, because I'm sure they're involved.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, what? There's like the thinnest line that they make between those two groups.
Yeah, how do you connect
hilarious.
the two?
No.
Yeah, the bank robbing presidents.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Okay, there's Point Break. What else?
We've got 1999's Payback.
Is that the Mel Gibson one?
It is the Mel Gibson one. Very fun, like a neo-noir, kind of a comedy action film.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he plays a career criminal who does this big caper, gets left for dead by his buddies. And when he comes back from the dead, because he wasn't actually dead, he decides he's going to get his payback, his pound of flesh, but he's also going to get his coin. Very fun. Chris Christopherson, Lucy Liu, Maria Bello, great cast.
It is a great cast. Sometimes you forget the supporting cast. I remember Payback and Mel Gibson, but I forgot Chris Christopherson, rest in peace. Yep. I forgot Lucy Liu and others who were in that.
Absolutely. Yeah. But it's a very fun, they don't make action comedies that much anymore. So
no, movies have changed in that regard.
Agreed.
They've moved away from the one-liner movies that we were so familiar with in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yep, 1,000%.
Give me one more before we run out of time here.
One more is 2011's Killer Elite. And this is Jason Statham, kind of right when he came onto the scene. But another great cast. Clive Owen.
Coming up on the next edition of
Dominic Purcell and
Dominic Purcell,
and Robert De Niro.
Dominic Purcell, Robert De Niro, Jason Statham.
Yes.
I'm actually not familiar with this one.
So Jason Statham is Robert De Niro's protege. De Niro gets kidnapped and Statham has to rescue him.
Nobody can kidnap Robert De Niro.
I know. There's a suspension of disbelief, but you need to make that leap. But it's really, really good. Great action sequences.
A lot of people get shot, I assume?
A lot of people get shot. And Jason Statham makes a jump out a window while he's tied to a chair that I literally rewound and watched 5 times because it's such an incredible stunt.
And Clive Owen is another one of those actors, for me, I think doesn't get his just due.
Agree.
So underrated. The subtleties of characters. And maybe because he hasn't found the right vehicle to be the star that I think he is.
I agree. Every time he's in a movie, I go, he's the best part of this
He
film.
fills up the screen. And, that's the only way I can describe it.
I know. Yeah, he's so great in Born Identity.
Inside Man.
Oh, so good. So good. Agreed.
You always have great movies. Appreciate that.
Well, with Watch Free Plus, it's easy.
There we go. Thank you for throwing that in there at the end.
You betcha.
I'm going to see you soon, I hope.
You will. I will be back very soon.
Okay, sometime in the future, you have to come back maybe with some cookies.
All right.
Or other goodies.
Done and done. We will have some cookies. I might know a guy who knows a guy.
Okay.
And a girl.
Since we have the YouTube show, people have to see the cookies and experience the cookies.
All right. I'll make it happen. Done,
my brother,
and done.
my friend, good to see you.
Always great to see you.
Chris Woolsey of Vizio TV. It's Later with Mo Kelly. KFI AM 640 live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Ooh, Later with Mo Kelly on KFI AM 640.
We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app and on YouTube. And speaking of our YouTube live stream, you can interact with us. In fact, our technical director, Stefan, is actively interacting and talking to a lot of the viewers, aren't you, Stefan?
When I can, yeah.
Okay, so this is a way that you can talk to us. I just got to let you know, Mark Ronner is now a sex symbol, according to the chat.
He really
I'm being serious. They love your half black, half white ass.
It's turning into a Mark. Someone said it's turning into a Mark Runner fan club.
Yeah.
I have not seen the chat yet.
You need to pull it up.
You guys are just screwing with me, aren't you?
No. I'm being 100% serious.
Absolutely true.
100% serious.
Your listeners probably don't realize this, but we're kind of in motion from the time we sit down to the time we leave. And I literally have no time to look at that.
No, I know. I'm just saying we are not gassing you. This is a thing now. You are a veritable sex symbol.
Well, if that's the case, it's because it's dark in here, and I tell everybody I look better in the dark.
Okay.
Well, whatever helps you sleep at night.
I mean, however you want to frame it. Yeah. Oh, and also, Debbie Trimberger says, Tuwala is the quiet, sexy one to me. Just saying. And total respect to him working with special needs kids. Big ass, red heart.
I love Courtney's just laughing so loud that he can't hear without the mic.
No, but these are actual messages in the chat. I'm just letting you know. Okay, Mark?
Do the messages stay up after the show? Can we look at them later on in the evening?
Yes. Mm-hmm. They are there in perpetuity.
All right, I'm kind of afraid to be honest.
You shouldn't be. They love you.
All right.
Yeah. You should be afraid of that one. Mario says, this streaming is about to land Mark a ton of dates, it seems like.
Okay.
Lori Coleman, love Mark. Yeah. They love you.
You're making me a little self-conscious.
No, you shouldn't be. There's a, Lori also says, wish there was no long-suffering one. Oh, well.
I hope she's listening right now.
She's probably in the chat.
That would be funny.
Oh, I think I've seen her in there before. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's funny that we're on the radio, but now you can see us on the internet because there's a long-standing joke about people having a face for radio. And I think the very first boss at a newspaper I ever had, the executive editor, the big guy, he comes out and I was doing radio back at the time, in Indiana, and he comes out in the middle of the newsroom and wants to take me down in front of everybody. And he says, well, Ronner, you really got a face for radio. And I say, well, Steve, you really have a face for proctology. And yeah, the whole room went, ooh. Things didn't go too well for me at that newspaper after that.
You didn't stay long, did you?
I outlasted him, but it was unpleasant.
To the business at hand, very quickly. UPS is looking to slash about 20,000 jobs and close more than 70 facilities. And you think, well, is this a function of tariffs? Is it a function of the economy? No, not really. According to UPS, they're trying to reduce the jobs and facilities because it's also reducing the amount of Amazon shipments it handles. UPS said earlier today that it anticipates making the job cuts this year and also closing 73 leased and owned buildings by the end of June. And they're still reviewing its network and may identify more buildings to be shuttered. Specifically, here's what the CEO, Carol Tomei, had to say. Quote, the actions we are taking to reconfigure our network and reduce costs across our business could not be timelier. The macro environment may be uncertain, probably hinting at tariffs, but with our actions, we will emerge as an even stronger, more nimble UPS. And UPS announced 3 months ago that it had reached a deal with Amazon to lower its volume by more than 50% by the second half of 2026. And I kind of understood that because it was weird. I'd order something from Amazon and here was UPS coming up to drop it off. I didn't quite understand that relationship, how it worked financially for UPS. I know how it worked for Amazon, but as far as UPS. Now, my real question is the flip side of this. Does this mean I'm less likely to get Amazon same day delivery? Or does this impact where I get overnight delivery? If you don't use Amazon a lot, sometimes depending on the product, you can get delivery later that day, sometimes the next day between 7 and 11 a.m. or between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m., things like that. I don't know if that's still going to be the case if you close out a lot of the UPS facilities and also the delivery responsibilities. I'm selfish like that. It's all about me, as Mark would always say.
Always.
So I want to know, it's like, should I depend on Amazon as much since UPS is going to be cutting back its involvement in the delivery of Amazon goods? I'm guessing Amazon is not going to be as desirable or as attractive of an option. Don't you use Amazon a lot, Mark?
Less and less.
Okay. All right.
I mean, we've reached a point in society where it's like having a smartphone. You almost can't function without using Amazon for some things, right?
And I was a late adopter. I was eBay forever. And then I started realizing the convenience of Amazon. It's like, wait a minute. I don't have time to go to the grocery store or to pick up these knickknacks. Let's say I needed toiletries or something like that. And then my wife showed me how I could have it the same day or the next day and not have to use time out of my day to run to the store to pick up toothpaste or toilet paper or something that I may need in the near future, but didn't have time because people sometimes forget. When I get off work, there are not a lot of places open, and I don't want to have to go to a grocery store or something at 11 o'clock at night.
No, you don't want to go to the one near me where all the hookers are either. And it's very seductive, the ease and convenience of Amazon.
Hookers or... you're talking about Amazon.
Well, both.
Okay.
I don't know if you knew this, but when you order clothes on Amazon, it's kind of a crapshoot if they fit or not. It's so easy to take that stuff back now. There's a return place right across the street in the basement of Whole Foods.
Yes, there is. Yes. And my wife showed me that as well. Carmel Miller hits us on YouTube, says, I'm an Amazon Prime member, so I'm still expecting my fast delivery or I'll cancel Prime. I don't know if I'll cancel Prime because I use it for movies and other things which are still connected to it. But it will make a difference if I can't get it the same day or the next day or have the same level of flexibility that I enjoy right now. But something's going to have to change since UPS is pulling back. When we come back, can 100 men take on a gorilla?
Just one gorilla?
Just one. No weapons. Hand-to-hand combat.
My money's on the gorilla.
Oh, I'm betting the house on the gorilla. We'll tell you why in just a moment. It's a social media thing. I haven't seen something like this blow up on social media in such a short time, in a long time. So 100 men versus a gorilla, a thought experiment. When we come back.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI, Mr. Mo Kelly. We're live on YouTube and everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. And you definitely want to get in the YouTube feed. We're answering your questions. We have Stefan, who's actually in the chat right now, answering your questions about the show. So it's live, it's interactive, it's happening right now as we go through the show. Be part of the party. And speaking of social media more generally, there are these challenges which really blow my mind. And there are also these thought experiments. Remember some months ago we had, if a woman were stranded in the wilderness, would she rather be stranded alongside a bear or a man? And that devolved into a conversation about who was more of a threat or which was more of a threat, a bear or a man. Similarly, another thought experiment has taken social media by storm, and it asked the question, could 100 men take on and defeat a gorilla? No weapons, unarmed combat.
Like that's a super smart gorilla like Grodd from DC?
No, more like Harambe.
Okay.
Yes. Regular garden variety silverback gorilla.
Silverback.
Those are the mean ones.
Silverback. Yes. Very territorial, will kill on sight.
Yes.
If you invade their territory. For me, this is very simple. If you know anything about the power of a gorilla, I think it will lift like 10 times its body weight, and it could kill you with one blow. It will break any bone in your body with one blow. Its teeth can chew through your bones in one bite. No exaggeration.
Gorillas are up to 10 times stronger than a human.
There we go.
10 times.
10 times. The idea that 100 men unarmed had any chance against a gorilla, you're out of your effing mind if you think that 100 men could take down a gorilla. One, there's the physics of strength. Two, there's the logistics of such an endeavor. Unless you're dropping 100 men out of a helicopter, only maybe 8 or 9 can get near a gorilla in a close quarter combat situation. And it's not combat. There's no amount of jujitsu that you can learn or master, which means you could choke out a gorilla.
I love the individuals who are like, you know what? You get a couple of really highly trained MMA fighters, and I'm like, to do what? To die first? To die first. Yes, that's what
the whole Gracie family times 10, they are all dying quickly.
Yeah, the gorillas tend not to follow the Marquis of Queensberry rules of boxing. You're not going to see them like with their fists out like that.
There is no block that you can have against a gorilla punch or swipe.
No.
You are going to die. At the minimum, you're knocked unconscious and he'll just stomp you, okay? And he'll beat you. Wait.
If you're not ragdolled and just, because have you seen when gorillas fight each other?
Yes.
And they do that pounding, which can crack
fist pounding?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're dead. First pound.
The first
you're
one.
Dead.
Gorillas fight dirty.
And again, 10 times stronger. There's nothing you can do. You can't defend yourself. You can't throw any type of strike, which is going to harm it. You can't hold him down. You can't get 100 people on him at once. And like in the Matrix, where you have 100 Mr. Smiths on top of Neo. That's what people think it's going to be.
Yeah.
And what happened in that one? Neo still won. But I'm saying, my point is, the closest thing I can liken it to is imagine 105-year-olds trying to take on an average man. The 5-year-olds are going to lose.
It'd be like 105-year-olds trying to take on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A giant.
And the 5-year-olds, no matter how plentiful they are, they're going to get mollywopped.
Even in the most efficient dog pile imaginable.
No matter what.
He's going to fight and bite his way out of it.
Right.
There's going to be 5-year-olds flying.
That's right.
You think you're going to punch a gorilla in the jaw and knock him out? What are you going to do as a human being against a gorilla? There's nothing you can do in the sense of brute force.
Yeah, the old Jim Rockford style right cross is startlingly ineffective on a silverback.
You're gonna surround a gorilla, and he's not just gonna walk through you. Red Rover, send Harambe right over. He's gonna go right through you.
Yeah, gorillas do not practice the art of, okay, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to throw a right, and this is how we defend. You high block, okay, grab, swing, and then toss.
You're going to slip a punch on a gorilla?
That's not what's happening.
I will say, though, that Captain Kirk's advanced fighting techniques, the drop kick, the double fist to the back, those might take down a silverback.
The creamy one on YouTube says, kick it in the nuts.
That's always good.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Bro.
You step yourself up. Yeah. Don't miss.
You be the first.
Yes.
You be the first.
Let's not roll right over the creamy one. What's up with that?
I was trying to let that go. Okay. I was trying to skirt on past that. Yeah. My point is, and this goes back to the whole idea of masculinity I'll deal with later, and this unrealistic and unbelievable view of manhood and alpha male and the belief that we are just south of being a superhero. There is no world in which you stand any chance against any gorilla. I don't care if you bring 99 of your friends. I don't care if they happen to be Navy SEALs. In unarmed combat, a chimpanzee could take out 10 people easily.
A chimpanzee
and we've seen that.
Can tear your arm off. Literally tear your arm off, can tear their face off, can bite through you. And that's chimpanzees who have gone crazy on their owners. People have come in and found people just dead. Chimpanzee just, oh.
Yeah, that's in the outtakes to the old Lancelot Link secret chimp show.
Eric Lasardo says, maybe not 100 men, but apparently all you need is one Fey Ray, a Jessica Lange,
I just saw that.
or a Naomi Watts. No matter what size the gorilla,
Love will
Touché.
do it. Yeah, only love will take down the beast.
Yeah, yes, from the original King Kong.
Oh my God!
Nice pull, Eric Lasardo. Yeah. It's a great discussion. It's a silly discussion, but if anything, it highlights men and their unrealistic view of themselves. And I understand, why women will say, "I'd rather be stuck in the wilderness with a bear than a guy." I mean, we just really have no idea what reality is.
We're pretty stupid.
Well, if the
Yeah,
guy was
we're
Andrew
pretty damn
Tate, of
stupid.
course you'd pick the bear.
Well, more guys tend to want to favor Andrew Tate, and I'll talk about that in my final thought.
Yeah.
Then, Andrew Tate is not going to leave a woman alone in the wilderness. He's going to harass her, maybe even sexually assault her. Unless the bear's hungry or you're messing with the cubs, bear's not going to bother you. You don't have, unless you feed it like a dummy. But that's something a man would do.
Yeah, don't feed Yogi. That's a major boo-boo.
Hey,
Hello.
boo-boo.
Prepare to be stimulated. KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere.